Hey guys, and welcome to the second episode of the Let's Play Roblox Studio series. The last episode we added a stat system. You can add stat points and everything. And we added a command system for testing purposes to be able to add to our stats and level ourselves up and everything. So this is all working, but right now it doesn't actually do anything. I did 2 more polls before releasing the last episode actually. First we have this one, which was asking what enemies the player should fight in this game. Most of you suggested NPC antagonist characters, which is kind of vague, so I might get creative with that. And then a lot of people also suggested other players as well as monsters. So what I might do with a lot of these polls is kind of do a combination of different things. So I think all of these could be included, right? So maybe the main focus will be NPCs that you fight, but then maybe there'll also be PvP elements, and then also some monsters that you fight as well, but not as much as NPC characters or something, I don't know. And the other poll, I asked how players should fight these people, right? Most of you said weapons, and then the second was magic, and then melee combat. So what I might do is have a really basic melee combat system if you don't have a weapon equipped, just to account for this. And then I'll have a magic system, but then most of the focus will be on the weapons. So I'm going to have probably a variety of different weapons that I'll add to the game that you can fight with. And maybe that'll include gauntlets or something, to kind of if you want to focus on melee combat, then you can just use gauntlets as your weapon, right? But most people didn't seem to want guns, so first and foremost, I'm kind of lonely here, so let's see if we can add in some other people to this world of ours. Looks like I already created a folder. I think I was going to start doing this, but I never actually did. I'm going to make a system inspired on my OOP object-oriented programming NPC series I made a while back. So I'm going to kind of go based on that a little bit. Actually, I might even be able to just copy that. So I'm just going to directly copy this over for now. I'm going to have to modify a bunch of stuff. So this has a bunch of modules. This has a base NPC class. And it also uses my animate module, which I think I might need to import. That's available. It's linked I'll link it in the description of this video as well. But it's also available linked in the OOP NPC series. So I have the animate module. I'm going to I don't want this to run for player characters. So I'm going to get rid of these two, comment them out. The rest of this should work fine. I can use this for NPCs to animate them. Well, it's already set up in the base NPC module. So this has a bunch of utility functions that'll be really useful. Within this, there's this aggressive NPC class, which inherits from base NPC. I'm gonna go to the 9bot NPC. I'm gonna rename this and change this, but for now it's gonna be 9bot NPC. We need the NPC ID. So in this init function, I'm looping through anything that has the tag of the NPC ID. So I need to add a tag to the character model. Avatar, rig builder, friend. This is how I make friends. My mom told me I need to make more friends, and I took it a little too literally, I think. I'm going to add a tag to this. Oh, I don't think I need the NPC at the end of it. I think it's just 9bot. I put the NPC at the end of all these just to differentiate them from anything else. How I have my framework set up, which I'm using, my blue framework. You can, when you require modules, you do so based on the name of the module. So I don't want any modules to have the same name. There's probably some errors, I assume. Yeah, so I need the NPC templates. That's what I was thinking I needed. I couldn't remember what it was called. So add that to server storage. Copy this guy. Okay, it looks like it's working. He chases me and tries to kill me, so that's the animations are a little bit wonky, it looks like. Sometimes they just, oh, what the heck? Okay, I don't know why he does that. I'm not gonna worry about it too much for now. Ouch. So this is an aggressive NPC, as you can tell by the fact that he's chasing me and killing me. I'm going to create a new appearance for the, I guess I could just start with a very basic bandit. I'm looking up some reference images of medieval bandits, and I'm thinking a cloaked character would be kind of cool. So I might see if I can do that. For making the cloak itself, I kind of want to pull up Blender and see if I can make one. So first thing I'm going to need is a sort of a dummy character to base off of in Blender. So I'm going to create a block avatar. I'm going to select it, I'm going to right click it, save export, then in Blender, do import. Okay, so I can import it into Blender. And when I do so, I can't see it. Okay, I can, but it's not centered. So what I can do to center this is right click, set origin to geometry, Alt G, reset the position to the center. Apparently I managed to already freeze Blender. I don't know how I managed that. Okay, I can see, and now I know where the face. So I do have a tutorial on how you can use Blender cloth physics to make clothes, I believe. But I haven't done that in forever, so we'll see how this goes. So I separate all the things by loose parts, but the problem with that is Roblox dummy models are stupid, and they have all these faces separate from one another. I don't know why they do. Let's see if I can actually get this head on its own. Looks like I got it. Join those. I'm going to save this before I lose it. Isolate this guy. I'm going to do each part of the clothing, I'm going to do separately from one another. So for the cloak, it's going to be, I guess, pretty much a full body sort of a thing. I'm going to start with the hoodie. And it's been a while since I've done that. We don't want to mirror this. So if I kind of create like an outline of where I want the cloth to be. Merge clipping. And then try and cut into rough squares. Cloth. So we need to add collisions to these. Collision, cloth. Okay, got it. So it does cloth. Kind of falls over though. It's also very squarish. Maybe not, that looks kind of goofy. Maybe I just need a different shape for this altogether. Well, let me try some sculpting. There should be a smooth tool, right? Oh, the sculpt tools are down here. Okay, they changed this. We do like around the edges. Now if I go back here, that looks a little bit more cloaky. One thing, solidify, very top. I'm gonna duplicate this. What in the heck? Okay, duplicate it, move it back, convert to mesh, it'll apply everything. But now I still have this if I need to make modifications to it. But now this is just a plain old mesh. Now the head doesn't need any collisions. Now we need the cloak around the body. Maybe I'll start with the arms. It seems like it might be easier to start with. I can do an R15. Maybe if I do it like this, then I can manage to isolate all the parts. This is much easier with R6. Should I make this an R6? Honestly, maybe. Yeah, because then animations are going to be easier too, and I am not a professional animator. So I'm about to just do this in R6. Move that up. Delete all this for now. Import OBJ. Import the new one. Weird stray parts. Apparently I didn't fully delete that. Okay. Whoa. Oh, that's not right at all. Well, we're not going to worry about the texture. This will be the part that attaches on the head. Then we can do, should be much easier at least. Do like a long sleeve cloak. This should be relatively simple. I'm going to do generate, mirror it around the other side of the arm. Split this up. I'm going to extrude that on the y-axis, turn on clipping, merge those together. The same thing on this side, or better yet, I want this to line up with the arm right there roughly. Through the vertices, add a little bit. Faces, 3 like that. Maybe like that. Draw some lines between those. And now when I'm gonna do physics on this bad boy. Collision. Okay, sew together. There we go. So now we got a basic shape here. Mostly nicely. A little bit wonkily. I'm gonna solidify. Oh, okay, that did some weird things. Okay. Did I can't undo far enough? I hate that the default setting for undoing only allows like not enough undo steps. Like, please just make this the maximum always. Oh, is it colliding with itself? Is that what's going on? Self collisions. There we go. So okay, that looks a fair bit better. So I go, what are those faces that are showing through? Is that the inside coming out to the outside or what? Oh, this distance is from the self collisions, isn't it? Turn this distance down too far. I'm just gonna start this over because I think I should have done the solidify after. I'll do the sleeve. Mirror it around this. Okay. Now, collision, cloth. So, okay, I got this. This is a good shape, good enough length, I think. So now, oh, I don't like that. Why did it start being weird? Probably good, and then if I do, convert to mesh, solidify. Now I can add the thickness. Smooth. That's not what's going on there. Auto smooth. Why is that ugly? Why did it do the ugly? Mesh. Okay. Solidify. Add. Look at this. Mirror. Alright, we got the sleeves. So we're gonna do the same kind of thing here. Add collision to this. Finding our clothing portion. Mirror that boy. Well, it's supposed to do. Now these we don't want to attach. We're gonna want it to go a little extra long. Get that kind of droopy look. that up just right. Half of that. And good thing it lines up perfectly with the grid. That's convenient. Wireframe. And these guys. Oh. That. And those three are all going to collapse together. Now for the physics, collision, cloth, turn on sewing. Well, okay. I don't know why the left half just flew off. Whee! Goodbye left half. Maybe if I move the mirror modifier. Oh wait, no. We can leave that. But what I do need to do is actually turn off the back mirror maybe. No, that's going to mess everything up. I need these on the back to be attached, but the front ones to not be attached. So if I apply the mirror, and then here, go ahead and do maybe here as well. This is kind of tedious. Do a line down the middle. The faces aren't perfectly the same size, but hopefully that's not a problem. Okay, so now then, how are we gonna combine this? I'll just do like, I'll make the faces all weird, but like that. It's a little bit wonky, just a little bit. Why is it doing that? Why is it lopsided? It should be the same on both sides. Is having a whole party. Whoa, the heck? What the heck is going on? It's like it's being pulled in. Oh, wait. This arm cell has collision. Oh my god. It's because that arm cell had collisions. I'm dumb. Okay, maybe. Oh, now this cloth has collision. Or does it? No, it doesn't. I even move these up. It works perfectly fine. What is it colliding with? I don't know. Okay, well, that seems like it works pretty good. So I'm gonna go like that, and I'm gonna go apply those two, solidify, go back. Why is it extending it like that? I wasn't doing that before. Okay, that's better. Okay, so a little bit wonky here. I can go through and fix that up actually. But other than that, I think that looks pretty cool. I mean, it mostly just looks like a rain jacket, I'm not gonna lie. But that'll have to be fine. We go through and fill in all these faces though. That should make it look a little more natural. So it'll just kind of look like I beveled it, even though that's not at all what I did. Now I can just go like that. Oh nice, apparently. Okay, and that. Okay, now from the outside this looks pretty good. From the inside, I do not know. Who cares about the inside? I don't need that, I don't know why I still have that. Okay, here's a cloak. That took way longer than it needed to make. So now I'm gonna do, so it's made up as 3 parts. I'm gonna do export. Limit to selected objects, bandit cloak, FBX. Then if I go over to view, asset manager, drag this up here instead. They just changed how this, what the heck? This is weird, okay. Import all. I should import this. I'll resize them, that's fine. Insert camera. Whoa, why are there 2 of the, that looks pretty decent. It's obviously humongous, which is a problem, but okay, scale it down just the right amount. Scale it just the right amount. Go back. I'll do that. Just looks like a lab coat when it's white. Oh wait, it's missing the hoodie. Where did the hoodie go? How did I miss the hoodie? Insert camera, sure. Okay. Key not work. Oh, it's alt now. I think they changed it, didn't they? Forgot about that. It's a little bit goofy, but we're not going to worry about it too much. This is not double-sided. There we go. Apparently those faces were inverted. The new faces I made there. There we go. Oh, that's one part. Oh, I have to re-import the whole thing. Okay, we're just going to do this. Apply all the modifiers. Separate all these parts. Delete everything that's not clothing models. Now, set origin to geometry for all of them. Okay, now export FBX. Bandit cloak. Why did it, what the heck? FBX. Why does it, I don't know why it moves the position like that. I don't like that. Why does it do that? I don't know. Well, I exported it. I'm gonna see what happens if I re-import it now. Oh, asset manager. I gotta get rid of all these. I don't know what's, it's like, can I get rid of these? Delete, backspace. No, I can't just get rid of these. Okay. Oh wait, no. Import the bandit cloak. Why is it importing like 2 or 3 for each one? What the heck? Just kind of move these somewhere else for now. Scale it down so it's not humongous. I want to turn this guy into R6 friend. Alright, I guess I'll actually give him a name. Okay, I don't know what to do for the pants. For now, for the shirt, I'm just gonna throw this on. Plain old black t-shirt. Pants. I don't think jeans are very medieval, last I checked, but maybe it won't look too bad. I don't know. It's too fabric. It makes sense. I mean, it is fabric, so why did I have to go and mess up the positioning? Okay, here's roughly what the cloak should look like. Hair needs to go for the meantime, so I can see if it's lined up or not. So it's centered. Looks like it's snapping the position. in place or something. If it is, that might mean it's centered. Okay. Yeah, the jeans aren't right, and he's bald, but you know, this looks goofy. Yeah, I'm kind of like caring less and less as I continue with this. I might need to get some friends on board to help me make things actually look good, because I'm a programmer. I'm not a clothing model, nor do I know anything about fashion. Okay, let's see. Hulk, hoodie, what is it called? This is all gonna go inside this guy. That original location. Looks pretty good, and I need to anchor these. So, not anchor them, sorry. I need to weld them. Turn these off. Make it maskless. Head, hoodie, weld. Did it weld them? No, it did, okay. Cool. So then, left arm, left sleeve, right arm, right sleeve, weld, torso, hoodie, torso, weld. Okay, so now, let's see if we can turn this guy into the NPC. So the animation packs, I'm going to have to change these to R6 animations. I guess if I make the game R6, what I can do is I can go, so avatar, R6, save, I copy my animate script, paste it just so I can look at it, and then the animation packs of the idle, I'm going to take the first one from here. And then walk, run, this one. Landed, we're gonna leave that. I don't think we need that at the moment. So this is just set to 1. It's not an actual animation. It's not actually gonna do anything. Okay, so now that should do the animations like that. So this model setup, I'm gonna add a tag, I'm gonna do bandit. I'm gonna copy the model. I'm gonna delete the animate script. Paste the model into this. We have the tag on there, so then we're gonna make a new script. So I'm just gonna leave the other one. I'm not gonna need it, but I'm gonna leave it there. Cloaked, bandit, NPC. And this one, call this bandit NPC. Place all those variables. Now he comes chasing me. So we have a cloaked bandit. That took way longer than it needed to make those clothes, that is. Okay, I don't think he's damaging me like he should be. I think the damage distance needs to be greater, or he needs to get closer. But I think that's easy enough to change. Attack, damage, and range distance. I'm gonna leave that the same. I'm gonna make follow distance, I'm gonna do that 2, I guess. So we're in front of him, then he sees me. He still stops too far away. I don't know why he's stopping so far away. What are all these error messages? I should probably look at those. Okay, well now he actually hits me. Insert all bandits. Okay. Well, I'm gonna change the attacking logic anyway, I guess. So it doesn't really matter if it works right now. Because all he's doing right now is he's using his mind to destroy me. Okay, I'm going to take a break and come back to this another time. Okay, I'm back from my break. And I think I need to learn how to defend myself from the cloaked bandits. I'm gonna learn some martial arts. So I'm gonna start on the client side, I think, and I'm gonna set this up in kind of a unique way, similar to I did this in another project of mine that I worked on a while back. I'm gonna have 3 parts to this system. I'm gonna have 3 parts to really any system when it comes to like abilities or melee or weapons or anything like that. There's gonna be the client side, there's gonna be the server side, and there's gonna be the handler side. The client side is just going to listen to inputs and map the inputs to different things. In the handler side is going to handle the actual, what would be the client logic, but if you're running it on the server, it would be the logic for the NPC, but it's going to be on the server, so it won't necessarily be client for like NPCs, but for the player, it's going to be the client side outside of inputs, right? And then the server side is going to be separate from both the handler and the client side, in that that's where you're actually going to like deal damage and other things like that. So for the client side portion, I might just make one module and reuse that for a number of different systems. I'm going to make a controls module. I'll call it character. It's kind of vague. I'll probably change the organization as I go. We'll see. Controls. This is going to be a character module, so it's going to have access to the character. I want this module to I want this module to handle all of the inputs. So I'm going to do controls.input map. I'm going to say, I guess maybe better yet, I'll do a string map to enum.keycode. Go to types, type, control. So I'm going to go over here. So this control object is going to include, the main reason I want a custom type for this is because controls are going to involve more than just key codes, technically speaking. So they're going to be, it could be like a mouse button click. So we're going to do like type equals, the options would be keyboard or mouse, maybe. I'll specify device, keyboard, mouse. And then input is going to be enum.key or user input type, maybe. I think that would include stuff for mouse inputs. If you wanted to have like mobile input, you have to change this up a little bit. But I'm not going to worry about mobile for now. Maybe later. I'll leave it at that for now. And I'm going to do export type map strings control objects to a list of effects. Because I want to be able to have multiple different controls, I think, for different things. Light attack is going to be, extra control is going to be device. This is going to be control map. Device equals keyboard. Okay, and then we're going to do action map, action name, just run it. And then up here we're going to do fire action. The action name is going to be control name. I'll rename that. And then return, we don't want to run the rest of this if that is the correct key. If that is the correct control that's being done. There's input dot type control dot input. And then action name, turn. And this should connect. Mouse button clicks. Yeah, now whenever I click with the mouse, it detects that it wants that I want to do a light attack. Question is, if I did a second control here, device keyboard, and then code dot E or something, a weird key, but yep. So now I have two controls that work for the same thing. I don't know that I'll ever need that, but I have it. So I guess this will be the actual input side of things. So then let's move on to the. I'm going to upgrade storage. I'm going to do inside modules, create a new folder, make sure I put it inside this character folder, plug in, create module, create a base class, and call it handler, or base handler I guess. And handler is just going to be a very general term here. So each handler is going to have a character model attached to it. So handler.character is the character model. Then potentially a player, handler.player equals, let's see, equals player from character model. And note that this can potentially be nil in the case of this running for an NPC, right? You want to assume, you always want to, in these handler scripts that I'm making here, I'm always going to be assuming, or I'm always going to be preparing for the fact that the character might have a player, but it also might not in the case that it's an NPC. But I may be able to just go inside here, do a folder, do inherited class. The name is going to be melee handler, object name melee handler, inherit from base. So I can create that. This melee handler, I'm going to also pass on that character. Self, comma, character. Okay, so there are some things. For example, when the character dies, then we want to destroy the handler, so destroying. And also, I'm going to create a list of all handlers, because that's usually useful for a lot of things like this. So self.off handlers character equals, yeah. So that way we can find a handler based on the character model, in case we ever needed to do that. So then humanoid equals character. I'll do find first, all the way for child. Humanoid handler no. So whenever the character dies, yeah, that destroy the handler. Yeah, so this is pretty much the base system for this melee handler. And this one is where we're actually going to do stuff with it. So we're creating a new handler. We have the handler object, and so I'm going to have a property here. So base handler dot automatic, or yeah, I'll do automatic equals true. And what this is going to be is essentially, do we want this handler to be created for each player character as they join the game? By default, it's going to be true. For specific subclasses, we can set that to false. If we only want it to be created when you create one, like for example, if it's a special ability that you have to unlock, we don't want everybody to have the handler for that ability, right? Only the people who have unlocked that ability should have that. But in this case, it's going to be the melee, so we wanted to automatically add it to every player. So then, melee handler, I'm going to leave that as is. Going to be automatic, and if it's automatic, let's see, character function, self, new character, player, and players, do handle from character, I guess. Get character, handlers, character. So then character, then self get character nil, or is equal to nil. Self new character, and in here I'm going to prevent duplicates if get character and return end. And then I'll do then error, do a warning instead. Okay, so that should automatically create these new handlers. So I'm going to print characters to verify it creates a new handler whenever I join the game. Okay, I get a bunch of errors. Handler index equals self. Self is nil. Oh, right here, this is probably what's nil. And then I also maybe want to, so we do controls, modules, we do local melee handler, and then here, melee handler, let's see, base handler, I'm going to do another function. Function base handle run character name arguments local handler field character and then handler function name handler dot. Then I can just do melee handler and I'm going to do the character and return and just to be safe. Character and then function name light attack. That should connect it right to here. Yep. Okay. So then for this light attack system, I'm gonna do this really basic because most people wanted weapons rather than punching and stuff. So I'm gonna keep this really basic. I'm gonna say, let's see, I'm gonna do a basic combo system, I think. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4. So in order to do that combo system, we need some properties handler dot combo. Let's see. Well, I'm gonna do combo length is gonna be 4. Melee handler dot combo animations. And then in here I'm gonna do animation. I don't even need that. I think just combo length is fine. Handler just local combo length. Go to 1. It's gonna start at 1. It's gonna go up to combo length. 1, 2, 3, 4. Handler dot punch debounce. Handler dot. I'll call this light debounce. Self.light debounce and self.light true. So let's see, and then combo information. Let's see. Equals n equal to if. Alright, I'll just do equal to humanoid character self character punch janitor equals janitor dot new self handler dot handler punch janitor self dot punch sure function self dot light debounce and clean and okay. So we got the humanoid and then finding the animation. It's going to be you can do script find first child string self dot parent combo. Right. Okay, so that's going to hopefully find the animation. Local looking animator, load animation, and then animation, and then doing attack, I guess. So do loaded a parenting combo. I'm gonna say, I'll just copy what that says. Yeah, greater than, yeah, that looks right. So increase it by 1, and if it gets to 4, then reset it. But if it gets to 4 and you need to reset it, then we want to add an additional cooldown. So it has combo cooldown right there probably. So now this self.punch janitor. Have all 4 of the animations in place. Let's see. Okay, what the heck is going on with this order? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so then I'm gonna up this combo reset time 2. Now the animations actually play. Why did it do 2 twice? Animations are, yeah, they're alright. They look a little weird in context, but okay, so the animations aren't playing right. That was supposed to play 1 just now, but it did 3. So this current combo says current combo's right. Animation. So you'd think it would get the right one, right? Well, I guess I'll do loading animations. I'm gonna do equals 1 comma combo length to. I'm gonna do this. Current combo, and then I'm gonna do handler.animations I is equal to that handler.character.humanoid.animator load animation. So that'll load all the animations in advance. And I can just do anim equals animations, I believe. I don't know if that'll fix it. Oh, nope. My worst nemesis keeps bullying me. I'm gonna make him look away from me. Argument 1 missing or nil. Handler. Current combo. Okay. Okay, now it's just doing the first animation all over and over again. That's very weird. Animations are kind of slow too. I don't know if I want to try and speed those up. So current combo equals 1. Oh, that's right. This needs to be I rather than current combo. That's pretty good. Whoa, that did some weird glitches on the arm. Why does it do that? Okay, wait. Play. I think there's arguments here. Put 0 there. It shouldn't do like fading between the animations. Then it's very weird because it just like teleports to the starting position. But did that fix the? That did not fix the weird. So that's not the issue, I guess. If I'm spinning. See if I can fix that animation. 2? Or it had to be in animation 4. Why would it be going the opposite way where it should be? I don't get that. What? So it's the third one. Why is it doing a full loop-de-loop? Oh, it is. Oh, what? How did I not notice that? Like, genuinely. So that's the left arm. Yeah, I don't like that at all. I should be able to re-export that. Save it over Mayday 3. That should be fixed now, hopefully. Surprised I didn't notice that. Yeah, they're not the best animations in the world, but they'll have to do. Then for the speed thing I was talking about earlier, what I might just do is, I might just be lazy. I could even make agility impact the speed of your attacks. That third animation is the one I like the least, but I'm not going to worry about it. Yeah, so it doesn't reset the combo properly. It does a third animation there when it should be doing the first animation. Why is that? Because it prints the first animation. It's because it happens... No? Maybe. That's where it is. I think that's because of the weight there. So it is working fine, it's just... Yeah. Okay. So melee handler, try a little bit shorter time. It's a pretty long time. So going back to 1 second maybe. When you're doing it while walking. I'm also going to make it slow you down while you're punching. I think that'll be a nice effect. And I have a nice external thing I can use for that. Actually, I think it's already in my framework. Movement handler, yep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, whenever you start a light attack, I need to get a movement handler. And I'm going to do movement handler. This is a different type of handler, not to be confused with the base handler and melee handler. Adjust and adjust, adjust. What was the function called? I don't remember. Adjust movement. I'm going to do self-return. I have a variable for character. Walk. Set the walk speed to be multiplied by 1/2, and then set the jump power to 0. I'm going to do self.punch sure. This happens during the cooldown as well. So I'm not going to do the janitor. I'm going to do remove slow equals that. This is a function that this returns. And I want to run it here. Remove slow. That looks good. Now you can't jump while attacking either. Yeah, I'm going to call that good on the animations front. Now, honestly, maybe I'll just end this episode here because this is already a lot of recording I've done. I think this is about nearing 3 hours now. So 3 hours of development looks like this roughly, apparently. I have this thing as well, which is cool. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this episode. No, I am going to finish this. I changed my mind. I don't want to end it right in the middle of the combat. Let's see. But in order to do the hit detection, I am also probably going to want to modify how this cooldown system's working, but I'm going to worry about that later. So this is the side that both the players and the NPCs will have access to. I'm going to change the NPC to use this, even though I don't have the server side yet set up yet. I'm going to go down here, aggressive NPC, debounces, call it modules, and need melee handler, so NPC.melee handler, create a new melee handler object, and then in our attacking code, I'm going to change this attack cooldown to 0, 5 maybe. Attack damage, leave it as 5. Okay, so I'm going to do enemies not detected at its target, enemy range, attempt attack. Rather than doing all this, all I'm going to do is do self.melee handler, light attack. I think in theory that'll make him attempt to attack me. I mean, it's not going to do any damage. Yeah, now he'll do the animations and everything. Why is he stuck on the second animation? Okay, well that's very weird. Apparently if you just... What the heck? Why can you repeat the second animation over and over? If you time it just right? Why does it do the second one? I don't like that. Maybe because this is happening after the wait. I don't know why that would impact it, but it could be. Yeah, that seems like it's better now. Let's see if this guy does it. Yeah, so now he just... Okay, so that was why. That's weird. Now he's just doing the first attack because he's doing it too slow. Again, these cooldowns are going to have to change, I think, a little bit. But I'm going to set the attack cooldown to 0. So he just does the animation. Or he does it based on the length of the animation. So he's just going to... Why is he pausing after the... Wait. Oh, I did that wrong. Let's see, let me fix that. Local combo ended equals true. Combo cooldown. If combo ended, wait for the combo. I should hopefully fix that. Okay, I don't know why I did the first one twice. That's weird. Oh my gosh. Local combo equals self.current combo. Oh, it's probably when this is happening that's messing it up. Let's see, so I'm going to move this up here as well. Okay, that's probably what's causing that issue. Yep. Okay. He's bullying me. I don't like this. I don't like that he bullies me. Okay, now we can go ahead and do some cool testing stuff. If we actually add damage to it on the server side. So what we're gonna need is some... I have a hit detection module I'm gonna use. That has some cool features that I'll use. Let's see. Insert, compile, damage. Hitbox. I also might get that damage handler, I think. Because if I remember correctly, that one's actually pretty nice. Let's see. Yeah, so this tracks a bunch of information about who dealt the damage, when they dealt the damage, how much damage they dealt. And so if you use this instead of just doing take damage on its own, so if you use this deal damage function, then it lets you calculate stuff like, you know, who was the last player to hit this person, who did the most damage to this person, stuff like that. So that's probably going to be nice to have. let's see. So on the server side, I'm gonna do folder, I'm gonna do combat, I'm gonna do a plain module, combat server, and then this, we're gonna need some signal fires and stuff. Let's see. So I'll run over this hitbox module real quick. It's pretty cool. You can create a new hitbox object, so it's object oriented. There's different types of hitboxes. You can activate your hitbox, deactivate it, find the characters that were hit. These are the hitbox types. I'm going to be using probably the raycast box, I guess. Raycast sphere, power bounds inbox, bounds and radius. And I'll show you what that looks like. I'm going to turn the display on for that. And then base handler, combat, melee handler. Have this open for reference. Both of these are going to need the signal module. Here we're going to need the run service. Run service. Nice, it doesn't work. Why did it stop working? Okay, module likely failed to require hitbox. State tracker. Okay, I need a state tracker module. I can add that. Apparently I missed a dependency module. I don't have any states at the moment. What is it even used for? It's not used for anything. What? I'll just get rid of that for now. I probably want to make a better one of those anyway. Okay, so it does that. It fires the server for that. Cool. Looks like it works. So it's reaching here now for both the player and for the NPC. Now this is where we're going to actually do the hit detection. So we'll look at the box, everything hit box. I'm going to do print body part just to make sure that's set up right. Left arm, left leg, right leg. Okay, so then we'll go hit box, new, and we're going to create box type. We want raycast box. The configuration. I don't remember what all I need to put in the configuration, not gonna lie. I can configure these things right here. So I can just configure match for part equals body part. I want to do, so raycast hitbox, let me explain this real quick. It's not my original idea. It's inspired by an actual open source module you can find online called raycast hitbox. I just sort of replicated the same functionality with my own system. C-frame size delta equals 1, and this is just going to, but essentially the idea is rather than just detecting, just like there's lots of different ways you can do hit detection. For example, you could do like just every single frame you detect if something is inside of the box or something inside of a hitbox. But what this is going to do, but like the issue with that, right? The issue of just detecting every frame of something's inside of a hitbox is that if you're lagging or something, or you move really fast, then maybe one frame you're about to hit the opponent, but then the next frame you've gone through the opponent, like with a sword slash or like some really fast projectile. In that case, it would just essentially no clip, right? So this raycast hitbox allows for continuous hitbox detection by raycasting from one point to the next throughout time. And it's going to have multiple points that it raycasts from. I'm going to do a big number here. And it's going to put points at every corner of the body part. So it's going to do like 4 over here and then 4 up here. Honestly, you probably only really need 1 right here, but my system isn't really set up for that, and I don't really care to change that at the moment. So I'm just going to do this. Display enabled is true, last points. I think that will do it for me. And then if I do hitbox activate, then the duration of the hitbox. How long do we want it to last? So we just do random numbers and dust.delay, just do dust.wait, half a second, hitbox, deactivate, I think is what it's called, right? Anyway, before I do all that, let's see, I'll do a test.delay 0.5 function, hitbox, I'm gonna do hitbox dot, I think it has an event I can connect to. Hitbox, on hit, connect, function, and then what is it going to give me? This really needs to be better documented, I think. This module, it's going to give me a hit result, which is going to be, okay, I'm going to do that for export type, hitbox.hit result. No? It doesn't want to do that. Really? Oh, it's because it's not. Okay, I'm going to do this. Because I have a types module, I'm just going to move this over to that. Hit result. I'll just call this combat, I guess. So now it has that type. This is going to need to do it here as well. What is this being used for? Okay, so I have the types module, and then this hitbox. Types.hit result. Combat server. Going to be types.hit result, except it's not. I didn't specify types. Okay, so look at this hit result type. It's going to have a list of characters that were hit, and then, well, I'm not going to worry about that for now. I'm just going to do print hit something. So you can see that since I turned the display on, you can see how it looks. I really should see if I can get less parts in there, less of the raycast points because I really don't need 8 raycast points. Remember, it's not lagging, I guess. Looks like the duration's a little bit long as well. So what if I change that to be pointing himself? Looks like that's pretty much it. Looks like it only hits each thing once. So we go over here and I can punch this guy. Well, so it doesn't have a health bar. I'll punch this guy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's an intense battle. This is very highly complex combat, totally. It's totally not just spamming the mouse button. Yeah, I'm gonna add more complex elements to the combat as we go, I think. Haha, I won. I have defeated my nemesis, the Cloaked Bandit. The bald Cloaked Bandit. Oh no, he will defeat me this time. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the display. But the cool thing about this raycast hitbox is just, it's actually based on the positioning of your character as opposed to just some arbitrary hitbox. So it's supposedly it should be more accurate, right? So if you actually dodge the attack, then if it looks like you dodge the leg, then you will dodge the hitbox, right? I mean, there's downsides to it too. I mean, I don't know, but I think it's cool. I am going to end this episode here though, because I've been working on this for quite a while today. And this episode, the recording for this is getting very long. Hopefully the episode's not too long this time either. But hope you enjoyed this episode. Let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions for anything or for changes I can make to anything I've made so far, or for new things I could add, or anything else you want. I will see you next time.